Ahoy and welcome to this narrowboat adventure. So I'm just here to introduce what's going to be happening for a little while on this channel. So while I've been making all these videos about wonderful islands throughout the Thames, and don't worry, those videos won't be stopping either, but we're going to start now. While I was making those videos, I took the boat all the way up to Oxford, and I'm going to be doing videos with you on my way back down to London. So we're going to start off with a quick move in Oxford from Jericho, which is this really cool little area actually. I really enjoyed it in Jericho. Basically, historically it was just outside the city's wall. So this Jericho area was built so that when travellers got there past the time that the city wall was shut, they'd have somewhere to be for the night. It was voted the 11th hippest area in the UK, and I can testify it's pretty cool. It's got a really nice pub called the Old Bookbinders, and it's also a French restaurant which does fantastic food. It was just a really nice area. The boaters there were very friendly and I liked it very much. So this is just as you've come off the Thames, or the River Isis as it's known in Oxford, and onto the canal. Today I am bringing you along for our little cruise. We're going from the Jericho area in Oxford to somewhere else. We don't know exactly where. We're looking for a nice little mooring with a few more days than just 2, as the Jericho moorings are for just 2 days. As you can probably tell by the width of the canal, we are back on the canal rather than the Thames, and it's a beautiful day, so I thought what better day to bring you along for a nice cruise. So we're headed from Jericho up the canal, away from Oxford slightly, to an area in North Oxford called Summertown. And that's it, move done. So sometimes you do long moves, sometimes you do short. So we're only allowed 14 days overall in Oxford. So we're doing 2 days in each of the 2-day moorings. So we're doing short moves this time. And this looks like a very nice place. I don't know where it is. This seems like a bit quieter than our last mooring. In Jericho, it's quite close to a big train station. And there was also a lot of works going on. Now, it's time for me and Seb to go inside and eat some lunch. Like she knows I'm filming her.
She's content. Just to... Oh, here she goes.
So we've put the solar panels in the sun, as with the strawberries. They love the sun. And the front of the boat and the bow is in shade so that the cat and the Sebastian can enjoy it. So Summertown is the home of all of Oxford media, it seems. They have the BBC Radio Oxford there, they have the BBC Studios for Oxford there, they have 2 other radio stations and 1 other TV studios there. Like, if you want to be involved with media, this is the place for you. Also, the reason that I mention that it's North Oxford is because I was reading in North Oxford, most of the areas there have come about from in the historic history of Oxford. They suddenly made this bold choice to change the rules and make it so that students could be married and live together off campus. And so most of the houses in North Oxford were built for that purpose. Summertown has a couple of quite interesting famous residents, most notably the authors, J.R.R. Tolkien, who wrote the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings series, and also Colin Dexter. Colin Dexter wrote the Inspector Morse books, so that was pretty cool. There also seem to be quite a number of philosophers. So yes, I'll let you do your own research if you want to know a bit more about the interesting Summertown residents. And of course, what would this video be if I didn't tell you a bit more or show you a bit more about Oxford City itself. So unfortunately, in my opinion, the city centre is being redeveloped, and it seems a little bit like on the verge of gentrification in some areas. They've got this new humongous shopping mall, which is not really my thing, so I won't be showing you any of that. What they do still have is this beautiful like town high street where they've got all this really interesting architecture, and I really like how they kind of have put shops into the more old historic buildings, but they've still kind of managed to mix the old and the new, and I think that's really cool. I think there's definitely a lot to be gained from wandering around the back alleys of Oxford. There's some really beautiful historic areas, and I think if you're there, that's what you should be looking for, because it's very nice and not something you'd find anywhere else. So, bye! Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to, you can click subscribe down below. You can go over to Facebook and follow me there. You can also find me on Patreon. Yeah, that's basically all the places. I hope you enjoyed this short little moving vlog in somewhere new, Oxford. Bye! Bye!